We've been kind of talking about it a little earlier than normal, and so it was about a week and a half ago that we said, hey, we can't wait any longer. We're going to share a little bit of information that Guilds is a thing in the game, or will be soon. And here is the image of a nice guild that we put together of developers. I don't know what our guild is going to be called yet for the development team, but we got to come up with something. And that's what we shared on social media. So we got together, took a few screenshots.
That was it?
Don't worry, there's more than that screenshot. And this one we have not actually revealed yet. This is... Do we want to describe this in advance, Kyle? Like, what am I about to show everybody?
Show me.
I really want people to wonder what it is. I'm not too sure. Exactly
let's see what let's see what the chat says. So I'm gonna put it up here.
Put it up.
There you go.
Ooh, yeah, that's the house.
Okay, I'm just kidding. Let me put it up a little longer.
That's the guild house.
There it is.
Oh,
Pretty.
All
All
right.
those glowing things
can
are
do more
really
time than that.
pretty.
We didn't
And I
even
like
get a
these
chance. There we
arches.
go.
That's so neat.
I mean,
Teasing
we
the
could definitely
community.
leave it up while we talk about these guild questions and give people time to really think about it.
Yeah, so there's another tease of something related to guilds. We will have more to share in the weeks ahead. Probably a teaser video we're looking to put together to give you a little visual. I love videos, and we know you guys do too. So be sure to keep watch on social medias for more coming up.
I will say, I see a lot of people are already correct in their suspicions as to what this is, and there's so much more. In fact, when I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, but I'll kind of when I got in game with a bunch of other people to do something fun, I remember freaking out when I first arrived in this fun area.
Yeah,
because it was so beautiful.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
Yes.
It might have maybe the second best skybox out of all the zones. I think we have.
Oh my god!
It's very pretty.
It's beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Yes.
So
very
good.
Pretty.
All right. We have questions specific, I think, to guilds, and this is Artie's business. Artie, what do we got?
All right. Well, the first question, and again, these are all guild-related questions, is from Stemajustilel. That's a good start. All right, we're gonna just leave it on that. I hear Kayla laughing at me. All right. What is a guild? And this is actually a perfect first question. What is a guild? And Kaylee, stop laughing. And how will this be any different than what we already have?
Yeah, a lot of these guild questions can be difficult to kind of answer, and so if people want to jump in and clarify
He's
some
dying
things,
over there.
that'd be helpful. But also because the scope of the guild project is so big, that we can't go into everything. In general, in general, guild for MMOs, that for people who don't know, is that it's a way that people can create a permanent association with one another and then collaborate together to complete things in the game with one another. And so in a very basic sense, that's the same thing that guilds will do for Wizard. Now what we're doing with guilds is different. How is this different than what we already have? Well, there is an adventure party. So the guild inherits some of the qualities of an adventure party. So before adventure parties, the only way that you could make a permanent association with another player was through the friends list. And then we created the adventure party that allowed multiple players to come together and form a permanent large, super group almost, that also had a message board, which was a way that players could communicate to one another when
I actually didn't know that because I'm not in one of those.
Times to play and things like that. And so the guild continues to build on that. And then the adventure party was, the intention was that players could then group together to go adventuring out in the spiral, which of course, adventure party. Guilds, however, we're continuing to develop on top of that, which is guilds will have specific activities they can do that are require a group of people.
I have in the background, somebody just starts busting up for no reason. Well, no reason that we know of.
So, again, that's why it's we can go into just how many different things we're talking about, but the guild house is an example of shared house decorations is one of the big things that now you can do with a guild that you can't do normally. But anyway, the way that I think our guilds are different than a normal MMO's guild, is that the guild system for us is not necessarily a way for people to meet one another, but it's more like that's for like groups and adventure parties. That's where you should meet new people, whether it's in commons or whatever. This is more an end game or a ladder game.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's kind of hard to meet people for guilds, because most guilds probably
relationships who
don't want new
kind of solidify those things, and then have
a lot of people say that to
different
me.
new challenges that they can engage in as a group larger than 4 or 8 with the new bigger comments. And also, anyway, there you go. I think that did it.
I love it. I think it's great, and I'm super excited for guilds. Speaking of guilds, because that's the topic we're still on, we have plenty of questions. All right, from Fair Conjurer, how many guilds? It's hard to read with this highlight. How many guilds will each wizard be able to join?
A wizard will be able to join one guild. And one thing I wanted to mention related to this, which other games, I don't think other games do it this way either, is that the guild has a membership limit of 50, but it's not 50 wizards. So if you have multiple wizards on one account, all those wizards can be a part of the same guild and only count once against the membership limit. Now, each of those wizards, if you have 3 or 4 or whatever, each one can be in different guilds. But if they're all in the same guild, it'll only count as one membership slot. So,
wow,
yeah,
that's awesome.
That's the enthusiasm we need right there. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Let's go with the energy.
All right, next question that is changing quite literally. Oh my God, is from Frieza. Not from Dragon Ball Z.
No,
do you need a membership? You're right. Do you need a membership to participate in guild activities?
You do not need a membership. You will need, there are 2 level requirements essentially to do 2 different things in guilds.
I don't
One
know.
is you need to have a max level wizard to
That seems weird though.
And then if you want to join a guild, you need to be level 30 or higher. But you don't need a membership to do anything.
Oh my gosh, the person with the thing is next to me again. Where are you?
I like it. It's a you're like, that's it for that one.
That's it, man. That was easy.
All right. Yeah, good. The next question is from the Life Wizard Club. I don't know, Oki, have you found the doc yet, or do you want me?
No, yes. Chris has very much made it apparent. Yes, I found it.
Perfect. All right, cool. Yeah, he's making a lot of notes in here, like on the spot. You got to keep up.
Well,
Life Wizard Club.
Ratbeard says yes.
All right. Okay. So Life Wizard Club asks, have you thought about adding a guild bank, like a shared bank?
I mean, yeah, the question.
So what I asked is, so then a guild can have 50 times however many characters an account has.
We've thought about a lot of stuff, right? So there's a lot.
So if everybody on that account has
from
8 characters,
guilds,
that's 8 times 50.
So just to be clear, this release is establishing
so Vision says every one of your characters, if in the same guild, only takes up 1 slot.
Right.
Whew.
So we wanted to go in with the features that we felt were core and critical.
Technically, it's not a max of 50
how we envision
players.
guilds unfolding.
We
wanted to get that
it's
into
50
the
accounts
community,
max
so then
per
we
guild.
can partner with the community as to what direction to take guilds. So yeah, we've considered that amongst a bunch of other things. Now we have our own sort of roadmap of where we want to take guilds, but we wanted to try to start with what were the core mechanics of the guild first, and then, like, you know, Spark had mentioned, possibly another roundtable. We're always sort of communicating through Twitter or through the message boards.
They should re-say that maximum like 50 accounts per guild.
You know, let us know,
because some people have multiple
accounts.
accounts.
Into the guild system, and once you start playing around with it,
you can have an entire guild
where we can
just
make
your
it better
own.
for you guys.
Oh my goodness.
M. Ghostsinger asks, I'm worried that guilds are going to be a hindrance for new players who don't already have established friend groups. How will this be tackled?
I'm not sure what's meant by a hindrance. Like the guild, like we are mindful of how having guilds might affect the community at large. So we're cognizant of that to try to make sure that people in guilds don't completely separate themselves from the community at large. We're also aware and sensitive to the fact that if there's anything that a guild does or has access to, that when appropriate, we try to we're thinking about giving access to non-members of same things. But insofar as being a hindrance, yeah, that's the word that was tripping me up, because yeah, I'm not sure how.
Well, we've seen in the community. I can, if you want me to, Artie, I have I'll finish your sentence.
Sure, go right ahead.
So we've been seeing in the community questions coming up about guilds, and I've been in a guild since forever, and a guild leader a couple of times, and there are, depending on the type of game, always the how inclusive is it, and what's the point of a guild, and there's people don't know much about what we are doing for guilds yet, and they have questions about how inclusive is it, and we are definitely keeping guilds to the theme of Wizard101, family friendly, all encompassing. Guilds is really about another opportunity for you to meet new friends, to play more reliably with others that are more consistently able to be contacted. In addition now to
guilds aren't for me
friends
then.
list and temporary groups and things like that. We were looking for a way to really how do we build the community up even more to allow them other options to meet other people they want to hang out with, right? Everybody has their friend groups or wants to meet more friends of, I like to be a fire wizard, I want to meet more fire wizards, or whatever the theme is. So the themes for guilds will always be adhering to our code of conduct and the spirit of Wizard101 to start with. So we will always be watchful for themes that don't match those ideologies and that basic tenet of the game. And
I think,
so it's about that. It's about respecting each other still, and knowing that this is just another opportunity for you, and it is not intended in any way to be a separation of the community in any way. It's only a bonus in my view, anyway.
Yeah, and to kind of build on that in a couple of different ways, we were looking at the guild system to help allow friends to engage in some things that could take more people and to kind of work and collaborate on certain things. But we know Wizards, one of the original design tenets was to make it soloable so you can play by yourself. And we know that there's certain people who aren't necessarily as online social as others. And so the intent of the guild wasn't to try to force them to be more social or to hide stuff from them behind these things so that they'll, so it's not in an effort of providing something that they can't gain access to unless they become a person they're not. It's more about giving players who do have groups of people they regularly play with and additional things to do and additional ways they can kind of express themselves as a whole. And then we'll give ways for those people who maybe maybe they aren't purposely soloing, they just haven't had an opportunity to meet people, in order to kind of, like Spark said, go and find a guild that might align with when you play or how you play or what you want to do, and then you can go meet new people that way. But Valmea mentioned how long guilds have kind of been considered, and it's in part because Wizard does have a very unique and interesting community, and so we want to be careful and mindful that we don't disrupt that sort of environment. But at the same time, it is such an interesting community and people meeting with one another But at the same time, we want to give people the tools to kind of deepen those relationships if they would like to, like extend those friendships and make it easier so that, you know, it's not just happenstance when you happen to log in at the same time or whatever. You can kind of coordinate things and do more things together. And so that was really what Guilds was about. It wasn't about like, oh, now since I'm a solo player, I don't get these fun things to do because I'm not social that way, you know. So
but what if you're social and you don't have a lot of time to play?
Guilds.
That's like me.
I can't
I'm
wait.
Not hugely
This
social
is
either, but some people don't have a regular time to play.
I wanted to make sure that it
what kind of requirements are required
and fun and perfect for our community as possible. So excited to roll that out.
Thanks so much everyone for checking out this video. I appreciate you so much, and if you want to show your support, let me know by giving this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell so you'll always be the first to view my newest videos.